Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you some of the preparations I make for Ramadan, and these are two types of rolls or pastries. The first one we will need is this spring roll pastry or filo pastry, but I do prefer this one because it's easy to work with. I have only this square one, but you can find the round ones as well, and this you can freeze it, so it's good to use and to keep for later. And for the filling, the first type I'm gonna make it with some minced meat. I need also some garlic and some vegetables. Here I've got onions, red onions. I've got some grated carrots. I've got some cabbage, also grated finely. I will also need the cheese, and I will also need some olives. These are extra things. You can choose the fillings you want. Here I've got grated mozzarella, but you can use grated cheddar cheese, for example. I'll also need some salt, a bit of olive oil, some chili powder, turmeric, coriander, paprika, ginger, and a pinch of cinnamon. This is to season my mincemeat. As I said, I'll need olive oil and a little bit of dark sauce just to give a nice flavor. So these are the ingredients for this first filling. Mincemeat, I forgot to mention here, I've got about 300 grams, but you can choose the quantity you want. So now first thing we're going to do, we're going to cook the mincemeat. We take a pan already warm, and we put a little bit of extra oil, and we put straight away mincemeat. We let it cook a little bit. I was just looking for a spatula. We'll start spreading it like this because we want the filling to be like small as possible. So we don't want big chunks of mincemeat. Just gonna mix it a little bit and let it cook. Right now that the minced meat started to cook, as you can see, started drying up, we will add the other ingredients. So we're gonna add now the spices. I've got 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder, 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric. We'll add 1/2 teaspoon of coriander, 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, 1/4 teaspoon of ginger, pinch of cinnamon. We'll give it a little mix. The reason for why I add the spices now, because I want them to give more flavor to the meat. And now I'm going to start adding the other ingredients. So first thing, the red onions. Make sure they chopped very finely, even though they're in julienne, because we want them to cook quick. That's the reason. We'll give it a mix. And now we start adding the carrots and the cabbage together. And we stir everything together till they're well combined. I did forget here to add, oh no, I'm going to add it now, the soy sauce. I thought I forgot. Just a little bit, and also a little bit of salt. Give it a good mix. and then we're gonna cover it and let it cook for a very low heat for about 5 minutes or so. Now, as you can see, everything is nearly cooked. I'm gonna take it off the pan to let it cool before we can use it in our filling. Now the filling is cool, so it's not hot anymore. I'm gonna add the grated cheese, give it a mix. I did forget to get a big bowl to be able to mix everything very well, and then the olives. If you have like roasted peppers, you can add them too. They give a nice flavor. Now I'm gonna start composing our spring rolls. So the good thing to do is always cover your spring rolls, otherwise they're gonna dry very quick. You just take the amount that you're gonna work with, little by little. As you can see, it's very stretchy, so you're not afraid that you're gonna break it. And you just do it like this. Pretty easy procedure for these spring rolls. Just put the filling in the first line in the middle, and then you fold the sides and then roll it till the end. You don't need to put anything because I'm gonna cook it in the oven. But if you want to fry it, you need to have a little bit of water with a little bit of flour to seal the ends and make sure they're all sealed and they don't open during the cooking. Now I'm trying to make small ones because I do like the big ones, but if someone wants like more cute presentation, you can do the small ones. Same procedure as I said. If you want them well sealed and you want to fry them instead of cooking them in the oven, just make a little mixture that is a bit thick with water and flour. So this is the quantity that I got. I'm gonna cook some, and the rest I'm gonna freeze it like this on a tray. I did put a parchment paper or baking paper on the bottom, so I'm sure they don't stick to the bottom. And then you put them in the freezer. Once they're all frozen, you can then transfer them in a box or in a freezer bag so you can keep them for longer. And once you need them, you can just take them out, let them defrost for a couple of minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, and then cook them straight away. So this is a very good way to do preparation for Ramadan. Now we have the second type, and these are like kind of triangles or samosas. This time I chose to use tuna, so it's different filling. We're going to use the same spring rolls. Just to mention the size, they are 21.5 millimeters per 21.5. So first thing we're going to do is we need onions. We need also boiled potatoes. I boiled them with a bay leaf and garlic just to give them nice flavor. I didn't add no salt to it. We need tuna, some coriander, some lemon juice, and some chili flakes. I need also a bit of olive oil, some salt, pepper, thyme, and cumin. You can also add coriander powder if you want, but these are the spices I want to add. So first thing we're gonna cook is the onions. We're gonna just add a little bit of olive oil and saute them on a medium-low heat, just so they have that nice golden color and they taste nice in the filling. So I'm gonna take a big plate where I can mix everything. I take off the bay leaf and the garlic because we don't need them. I'll place my potatoes and I'll start mashing them with the masher. I do have this manual one you have if you want to pass everything on the mixer, or you have another potato masher, you can use it, but this is, for me, is good, does the job very well. Once they're all mashed, I will add the other ingredients. So first thing, the onions. Then we'll add the coriander, the fresh coriander. Make sure it's chopped very finely so you don't feel it when you eat the samosas. Then we have the tuna. This is 1 can. This is tuna in sunflower oil. We're gonna drizzle a little bit of lemon juice because it gives a nice flavor of the tuna and potatoes. Here I've got the chili flakes And also adding the spices, a little bit of pepper, some thyme. You can also add oregano if you wish to. We'll also add a little bit of cumin. Cumin is very good with potatoes. I'm going to start mashing this time with our hands because I want to make sure all the ingredients are well mixed together. Now I'm gonna test the salt to see if it's okay, because I didn't want to add too much salt. I have the tuna, I have the onions that are already salted, so I just need a little bit of salt. And make sure you mix it very well again, so you don't end up with places that are salty and others that are not. And now the filling is ready. Alright, this time because I need to make triangles, I will cut my pastry into 3 segments like this. I'll place a little bit of filling in the middle and then do the triangles like this. It's pretty easy. Just place it in the middle and fold it into triangles, and what is left you put in the inside. If you feel that it's not gonna stick, you can put a little bit of water. Again, these are meant to be cooked in the oven, but if you need to fry them, you definitely need to add some water with flour and to seal them very well to make sure they don't open during the frying. Now I'm gonna repeat the operation till I finish all the filling. It's pretty easy and it gives a nice size of the samosas. Now all the samosas are ready. Again, I'm gonna freeze some of them, and the same procedure on the parchment paper, you just put them there and you freeze them. Now I have the ones that I want to cook. I'm gonna just drizzle a little bit of oil. I have this spray which is very good. I'm gonna just brush them gently till you make sure they're coated with the oil, and then put them in the oven and cook them in 200 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes till they're golden. As you can see, this is the final result. The ones in the middle are more gold because they have fat. You know, mincemeat has more fat on it, but don't worry, they're cooked. The pastry itself is crunchy and it's well cooked. So this is the final result. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please put a thumbs up, leave some comments below, subscribe to my channel, and share with your friends, and see you next time. Thank you. Bye.